I found every single unique pistol in Starfield so I could compare all of the stats to find the best unique ballistic pistol in the game. And it one hit kills most enemies you come up against because it fires 3 shots at once. And it has most of the best modifications pre-installed, which makes it incredible to grab early on. But it turns out the Mutineer pistol is actually very easy to miss. But don't worry, you can still get it early if you follow this guide, where I show you how to find it, how to mod it, and what skills to get to do the most damage. Hit the like button if you find that useful. So the easiest way to obtain this unique weapon is during Starfield's main quest line with Constellation. Once you reach the 4th main mission called Into the Unknown, Sarah will ask you to meet with Vladimir on the Eye. Located in the Alpha Centauri system, the Eye space station can be found orbiting around planet Jameson, just here on the map. Once you've docked at the Eye space station, you can then meet with Vladimir. When we first meet him, he's actually going to give us a quest to track down Andrea and Matea, who were searching for 2 different artifacts. After he gives you that quest, you then get a dialogue option to ask Vlad about his past. So you're retired from the Crimson Fleet. Didn't know that happened. He'll then tell you a bit about his past life and explain that he has a secret villa, which he'll invite you to check out. Now, if you don't ask him this now and instead you continue the main quest line, you actually lose the option to ask him about his past at all. But don't worry, you can still get this unique weapon if you carry on watching. You'll find a new mission under the Activities tab will appear that says Visit Vladimir's house. Make sure that this is your active quest and press Show on Map. And as you can see, we must fast travel to the Surma system. And since we haven't explored this route, we need to grav jump between planets until we can actually reach the Surma system. It is pretty annoying, but it's still possible to get there early on. Now, if you missed the dialogue option with Vlad, don't worry, you can still get this weapon by coming straight to the Surma system. And again, you can do this at level 1 and in New Game Plus. Once you arrive, here on the bottom right, you will find Surma VII-A, which is a moon orbiting a gas giant. Here, if we zoom in on this moon, we can find Vlad's secret villa, which will always be marked on our map whether or not Vlad told you about the villa's existence. Obviously, if he doesn't tell you about it, the chances of you accidentally finding this place are pretty slim. Make sure you go ahead and save before you land, and once you do, you'll see Vlad's very modern looking villa in the distance. But if somehow you get lost, you can use your scanner to navigate to the villa's entrance. We do actually have a website for every single unique weapon and armor set location in Starfield, and I'll link that down below in the description if you're interested in checking it out. You can also hit subscribe if you want to find all the collectibles in Starfield, because I'm going to be making tons of videos on every single one. Now, once you reach the villa's entrance, you can find 5 audio log recordings spread out across the villa, where Vlad talks about his history in the Crimson Fleet and why he left to join Constellation. But the real treasure is of course located inside and downstairs in the basement of the villa, behind an advanced locked door. Don't worry though, because you only need 1 skill point in the security skill to open this door, and you can find some extra digipicks hidden behind you. Now inside there is a high chance for a legendary weapon to spawn on your left, inside this display case alongside some ammo. You can of course always reload the save from before you landed if it doesn't spawn. But to be honest, I have a much faster guide on how to get legendary weapons, which I'll link below. You'll also find the unique magazine Crix's Journal Entry Free, which gives you a permanent 2% reduction in price to items you buy and a 2% increase to the items you sell. Those magazines also carry over to New Game Plus, by the way. Now, since you're in a level 55 area, you're more likely to find higher tier armor and weapons on the display cases around you, which do more damage than regular weapons. And finally, you can find the unique Mutineer weapon on Vladimir's desk. I've put the base stats on the left hand side here for easy comparison. It comes with the legendary effect Space Adept, which gives you plus 30% damage while you're in space, but minus 15% damage while on a planet. This makes it the best pistol in the game while in space, but obviously the legendary effect is otherwise not that good. We can, however, perfect this weapon at the workbench by crafting the following weapon mods. We're going to keep the magnetic rail barrel mod for maximum damage. Then we're going to add the recon laser sight mod for better accuracy. You can keep the compensator mod for better hip fire recoil, and we're definitely going to be keeping the magazine mod, which is the depleted uranium round magazine, because that offers the best armor penetration at 40%. This also stacks with your armor penetration perk, making it possible to completely ignore enemies' armor. Then we're going to add the internal mod, high velocity, for even better accuracy. And of course, we're going to keep the receiver as fully automatic, but if you prefer more accuracy, you can change it to semi-automatic. But to be honest, the way you use the Mutineer is by pre-aiming the 3 laser dots at your target, and as soon as you aim those lasers, they will turn red, so then you know that those 3 bullets are going to hit. So aim it at your target's head and burst fire into them, ideally hitting multiple headshots at once. The fire rate is so fast that you can hold down the trigger at point blank range to dump the entire mag into enemies to instantly delete them from the face of the earth, or whatever planet you happen to be on. Now the weapon is still effective at range, but since it's automatic, you will obviously miss most of your shots if you hold down the trigger, because of the ridiculous recoil this gun has. But since stealth multipliers still work on all 3 individual bullets that this gun fires at once, it is still worth stealth attacking enemies at range. The only thing you'll be lacking is the 43 MI ammo, which you can easily get unlimited amounts of if you travel to the Volai system and then head to the planet Volai Alpha and land on the city of Neon. Once you arrive, you're going to want to head over to the trade tower and take the elevator to Core Kinetics. Once you arrive, you can buy yourself lots of 43 MI ammo, and then you can just wait in a nearby chair for 48 hours to reset all the shopkeepers, and then go back and buy some more until you've got tons of ammo to use. And to get the most damage with your character build, you'll want to get the following combat skills. Starting with Pistol Certification Rank 3 for 50% damage increase, and then you're going to get Rank 4 for plus 25% crit chance after a kill. You can then get the Ballistic Skill Rank 3 for another 30% damage increase, and if you want, you can get Ranked 4 for a range boost, but it's not essential, since this gun works really well when you're very close to your enemies. Unfortunately, the marksmanship doesn't apply to automatic weapons, so we're going to skip this. Rapid Reloading Rank 1, on the other hand, is going to increase your reload speed by 30%. You could just leave it at 1 skill point in this skill, or if you invest another 3 skill points to get to rank 4, you get a 70% reload speed chance. And not gonna lie, when this does activate, it feels incredible because you instantly reload and then delete the next enemy. And since you're firing 3 bullets with each shot, it has quite a high chance to activate the ability. Next, we're obviously going to be getting Armor Penetration to rank 3. Armor Penetration combined with the Uranium mod that already came pre-attached to the weapon actually reduces the enemy armor by 90%. And if we get rank 4, now every time you critical hit, you'll completely ignore enemies' armor. So even those really heavily armored tanky foes won't stand a chance against you. Now, if you like, you could get the Crippling skill, which forces tankier enemies to get downed and then take increased damage. But to be honest, most of the time, the enemies are normally going to die before they actually enter that down state, which means you're not going to be making a lot of use from investing 4 skill points into this skill. So normally I would skip it until much later on in the game. Finally, we have the Concealment skill, rank 4. This is going to give you 4 times damage on each of the 3 bullets that the Mutineer fires, which is normally going to one-hit kill most enemies, but the drawback is that you cannot put a silencer on this pistol, which means you can't benefit from the Sneak skill, which gives you another flat percentage boost in damage to silence weapons. So while the Mutineer is incredible, having the highest base damage of any other weapon in the game with the pre-applied mods already attached, it's still not ideal for a stealth build. So if you want the best silenceable pistol in Starfield, make sure you check out this next video or our website linked in the description.